Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you comments and opinions from a few chart analysts in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, including comments from one analyst who says that XRP is waking up. And so I would just like to say this. Get ready for the biggest bubble in crypto history. Which, by the way, just to be clear, for those of you that may be new to the channel here, I'm very firm on this opinion. Bubble is not a bad word. They happen in markets in every single asset class out there. They happen in real estate. They happen in precious metals. They happen in stocks. Pick your asset class. They happen. And on the way to the top, as prices get outrageous, like, to me, that's where the opportunity is. I'm here for the bubble. In fact, as far as it pertains to XRP specifically, I am here for absolute price insanity, which I believe is coming. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed here. I also want to talk to you about just a little bit, and I've been starting this lately because I understand in the coming, whether it's 3, 6, 9, 12 months, whenever this market cycle hits its top and then starts going back to the downside and winter bear territory, whenever it happens, like, and I don't pretend to know exactly what's going to happen. Since we're leading up to that, I think it makes sense to on and off talk about various aspects of exit strategies and moving money around during the cycle. And so there were a few comments from chart analyst Credible Crypto exactly on this, like when to exit, what's the bear market going to look like, how bad is it going to get once prices top, what about taking profits, putting it into something else that hasn't pumped yet. I'm going to talk about all that stuff, but I do want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes making YouTube videos about crypto stuff, but purely as a fun hobby. That's all that's going on here. As I record this, XRP is at $1.23. Bitcoin is at $48,829. Market cap for the asset class, $2.1 trillion, with the Bitcoin dominance level eking up a tiny little baby boo bit to 43.41%. And so Bitcoin, within the last 24 hours, it was knocking on 50,000's door. 50,000 didn't answer. I don't know if it went out for a pack of cigarettes or something. Maybe it'll be coming back later. I'm not quite sure. But Bitcoin got up to $49,788.11, according to LiveCoinWatch.com. It's just a matter of time. Look, we're in a range where this is just where resistance is, but there are reasons to be excited, and apparently the market feels the same way. And given that I don't think we've seen the last final exciting portion of this leg up in terms of this market cycle, I don't blame them for feeling how they're feeling right now. Not really. They're in extreme greed. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 76 out of 100. And so being in extreme greed makes sense until one day eventually it doesn't. Eventually we will enter extreme fear again. I do not know when, but it's coming. And so if it's, if it happens before the final leg up for some interesting reason, like we see a drastic move down, I'm not going to be intimidated by that. But I'll tell you what, once that final leg happens, I'm going to be talking about it, because you are going to see that final boost upwards, but then you're going to see a tremendous crash, and we will enter extreme fear again. Markets teeter-totter back and forth. It's worth knowing this. The simple knowledge can make it much easier to not emotionally respond to what happens on a day-to-day basis. Excuse me. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Kalia, who wrote, "So close to $50,000, but you never thought you'd see it again this soon. Good game." So it's a little bit of sarcasm to the bears right there. The bears never thought Bitcoin was going to be up here again. We were supposed to be going down to $20,000. Like, I understand there are people that sold their Bitcoin at 30 grand, taking a loss on it, and then they put buy orders at 20 grand thinking that that was going to work for them. Some people, man, like, you gotta learn. It's okay. Look, we have all made mistakes. It's okay when it comes to investing in all sorts of stuff. I got it, but you at least learn from this stuff here. It's just whatever the public thinks, like, it's almost always going to go the opposite. And so that's why I was saying here, even though it's extreme greed, like, fine, you can have extreme greed last for a period of time. It doesn't mean that they're completely wrong about it at every single moment, at every single instance. It's just worth being aware of the concept that we will always go back and forth between extreme fear and extreme greed. And as the market matures, the timeline for that, I think, is going to be stretched out much, much further. But it's still always going to happen. You always teeter-totter back and forth. And so the first moment that we hit extreme greed or extreme fear does not mean that we're done going in that direction. So just because we recently hit it, it doesn't mean that it's time for us to snap of a finger go back to extreme fear. That is not a concept that is a thing. It just is not. Doesn't mean it can't happen. I'm just saying that is not an indication of what that means. We could go up. Bitcoin could keep running 60, 70, 80,000, whatever it goes to, with only minor pullbacks along the way, and then you enter extreme fear after the bubble pops. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vandepap, who wrote, "Looking at the older altcoins, XRP is waking up a little, but there's still a ton ready to wake up. For instance, XTZ and Litecoin. They didn't really have any move at all in this bull cycle yet. Good." And you know what? I actually like that sentiment. Most cryptocurrencies, my friends, have not gone parabolic. It's a very small percentage of the over 8,000 coins that exist that have had tremendous price action. So, like, even though we're most of the way through the bull cycle in terms of timeline, in terms of the most exciting and fun insanity in terms of price action, that's not here yet. That's at the very tail end of the market cycle. And that's why I started this video by saying something like it's true to me. Like, it's why I'm here. I am here for the biggest bubble in crypto history, which is about to happen. I firmly believe that. It's going to be absolute price insanity. XRP is going to go ballistic at some point. I firmly believe that. And again, I want to be clear here. Just because I'm exuberant about it and I firmly believe what I'm saying, I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything. I just think it's fun to talk about these things. But we all got to make our own decisions in life. And I'm just being open and honest with you. I do think that XRP is going to go absolutely bonkers this market cycle. I think it's going to hit its all-time high and then enter a new realm of price discovery. And I don't know how high it's going to go, but I'm waiting. The whole market moves in tandem. I don't believe that the market cycle is done because we haven't seen the money cycle through the asset class yet. We haven't. Is this going to be the first time ever people are like, no, we don't want to try and get profit out of all these other coins, so human behavior is now suddenly different, even though there's no indication that's going to be the case? I don't buy it. It just doesn't make any sense. Everything's going to pop. Everything. Here's a tweet. Oh, yeah, so this is a tweet where Blockchain Backer's adding a little bit of clarification about when he thinks things are really going to take off here. So Straight Up XRP tweeted the following and tagged the Blockchain Backer. He wrote, "I remember hearing the Blockchain Backer saying that the continuation of the bull market is as good as confirmed if Cardano hits new all-time high." Well, it just did. Yeah, that's true. Cardano just did, and that's pretty exciting. I happen to hold a bit of Cardano. Happy to see it. So there's one coin doing its thing. I like that. Blockchain Backer provided a bit of clarification, and he wrote the following. "Nothing is confirmed while we are in retracements. But as I said, it makes me more optimistic. Total market cap, altcoin market cap, and Bitcoin are all still below 702, which is a level, if you watch this channel, I'm sure many, if not most of you do, you're probably aware of the importance of that particular level. So either way, like I keep saying, the vast majority, I don't even word it like that. Let me say this. Every single analyst that I follow believes that there's going to be another leg up. Now, not all of them are saying it's 100%. That's not what I'm hearing from them. The analysts I follow don't talk like that. They talk in terms of probabilities, and they do believe that's what's probable. Now, here was an interesting thread. So Credible Crypto chart analyst was tagged by Crypto Judo and wrote the following. "Hey, Credible Crypto, if HBAR hits your target way before XRP, are you planning on rotating that money to XRP or others?" Now I think this is an interesting topic of conversation because, what do? Do you just take your profits? Do you want to shift into something else and just try and maximize the opportunity with the insanity that's going to be unfolding here? Well, here's what Credible Crypto said. He wrote, "Nope. Once I pull out, I'm not putting the money back in until the bear market." And then somebody else wrote, "As a newbie, I'm wondering if you put your earnings into stablecoins and wait for the bear market or convert to fiat or other. Appreciate the insight." And Credible Crypto wrote the following. "No, it doesn't matter if I convert to fiat or stablecoins. I still have to pay taxes when I convert. So don't see the point in converting to stablecoins as they inherently have more counterparty risk than fiat at this time." And so look, I feel the same way on that. Once I cash out, I'm not putting anything in stablecoins because for me in the United States at least, that doesn't change anything about the tax implications. It doesn't. And so I don't know why I'd put in, say, Tether, for example, when there is more counterparty risk there than with the United States dollar. Because I'll tell you what, say what you will about the dollar, and I say all sorts of stuff about the dollar. I think it's being debased and abused, and I don't like it. You guys heard me talk about that. I think that stable coins are more risky than the USD, at least right now. I really firmly believe that. And so, no, I'm not going to leave my coins in Tether or USDC or pick your stable coin. No, thank you, sir, or madam. When I sell, it's going to USD. That's absolutely the case for me personally. Now, check out this. This is an even more interesting topic. Because, like, what about the idea of, like, cycling profits from one cryptocurrency into a different cryptocurrency, like XRP, for example? So, again, there was the initial question, so this thread splintered off, which, again, from Crypto Judo wrote, "Hey, Credible Crypto, if HBAR hits your target way before XRP, are you planning on rotating that money to XRP or others?" Incredible Crypto responded, "Nope. Once I pull out, I'm not putting the money back in until the bear market." And then XRP Zombie was curious about that, and understandably so. And XRP Zombie wrote, "Can I ask why? Thanks in advance." And Credible Crypto responded and wrote, "Getting greedy and chasing tops at the tail end of a bull cycle is how you lose." Now that, my friends, that is sage wisdom. Because, like, there will be some people that will do a bit of that and they'll get lucky, but my gosh, you slip up with one of those crazy rallies, you are wrecked, my friend. It happens so fast, you don't know where the top is. Why get greedy? And so, like, for me, I've already lived through one of these things. At the tail end of 2017, it is bonkers. And you probably out there, especially if you've not gone through this, there's a really good chance you're going to feel enticed, perhaps. You're gonna feel like, oh, but it's going up and I don't want to mess up. Yeah, okay, right. But understand that's not without tremendous risk. And so I'm not going to do that. Now, XRP Zombie then wrote the following: "Thanks. Asking because I was considering rotating Cardano into XRP in a couple of weeks. I'll take a view nearer the time. Thanks again." And so that's a little bit different, and Credible Crypto clarified what he was actually talking about in response to that. And he wrote, "We have some months to go before the end of the bull run, so at this time rotation is fine. I more so meant what I said because I don't plan on taking profits on my spot holds till the end of the run." And so he's actually a little bit different. So I'm actually, like, I think, well, a couple things. Credible Crypto, I respect his approach. That is responsible. That makes a ton of sense to me. I'm actually even more strict on myself, though. Because look, what they're talking about here is, because, look, we're the tail end of this cycle. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but we haven't seen, by and large, cryptos go ballistic, so there's less risk than participating when they're going ballistic, okay, if that makes sense. So if you're talking about taking massive profits from Cardano now and putting it into something like XRP that hasn't pumped, and I'm not telling anybody to do or not do this, I'm just saying my humble opinion is that that's way less risky than trying to shuffle through back and forth between cryptos when the grand finale is coming, when the fireworks are all exploding and all that stuff. That I would never freaking consider. Absolutely not. And so what he's talking about here is, if you're going to rotate now, it's fine because it's not with all the euphoria and this or that. But for him, he's not planning on taking profits in all likelihood till the tail end anyway. And so here's the deal for me. And this is a rule I set for myself, and I'm going to insist that I follow it. When I sell crypto one day, when I finally do that, and convert to United States dollars, which I've never done, mind you, I've been in crypto since November 2017, never gotten out of any of my crypto positions in terms of converting them rather to United States dollars. When I do, that money's out. That money is not going back into crypto until, I would not even consider it until we've had a massive bubble pop, and so that would mean the market would have to be down probably over 80%. We'll see what it looks like exactly when we're there, but I wouldn't even consider putting any of my profits in until then. And so Credible Crypto is saying, in his opinion, it's fine to rotate money in. I'm being harsher on myself. I'm like, nope, when the money's out, it's out. And that's because I want to make sure if I sell, that means I'm sufficiently enticed, and I want to make sure that for sure I get that. And the only way I can make sure I get that profit is by not putting it at risk again. And so for me, no. Even if I believe that it is likely that something's going to be rocketing, that doesn't mean that I'm comfortable taking the risk, because I don't know for sure, and that's the truth. And so even if I think it's probable that other coins are going to go, My rule for myself is no, that money's not being rotated. That money is out. You are happy with that level. You are taking the profit, Matt. That's it. So I'm being harsher, but I don't think it's nuts. Like what he's saying here, rotating money, especially at this point. Yeah, it doesn't sound bonkers to me. I'm not going to do it, but it doesn't sound bonkers to me. Not in the least. And so, especially like with XRP, my gosh, when that thing starts really rocketing, yeah, that money's really good. Now, in the case of XRP, though, I'm anticipating that XRP is going to be among the very last, if not the very last, of all the cryptocurrencies to hit whatever its new all-time high will ultimately be. Before then, that bubble pops and then crashes back down. I think that's going to be at the very tail end. So there's not going to be at that point really anything reasonable to rotate into anyway, right? You know what I mean? So that's just the way that I'm looking at it. Like once my money's out, it's out. That's it. And then I will go on a major freaking buying spree once we're back in bear territory. And I'm going to use all of my new money that I'm earning. That's what's going to go into it during the bear market. The rest of the money, it's not probable. I mean, I'll weigh my options. Like when the bear market, that's a little bit of a different story. Maybe I'll want to put a portion of it back into crypto. But by and large, like the way I'm looking at this is once I have the profits, I want to have it invested in other things, whether that's real estate or other traditional markets with less volatility, with more certainty. And that has to do with the level of risks that I want in my overall portfolio when I'm looking at the entirety of my net worth. That it has more so to do with that, because I do believe that the crypto asset class is going to outperform every single other asset class on the planet over the next decade. But that just because I believe that to be the case, it doesn't mean I want risk that makes me bet 100% that's going to be the case. I'm not willing to do it. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, right? So I'm not going to do that. And that's why, like for me, I do want to make sure I have diversity. But yes, absolutely. I'll tell you what, in this market, once we're back in bear mode, I'm going to have a blasty blast. So I hope you guys all are still hanging out with me then, because I'm going to keep running the channel as long as people are willing to listen and engaged. And I think there will be a big enough chunk of people there. There are enough people during the last bull market. I bet it's going to be even bigger. Like this bear market will be bigger than the last bear market. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I'm going to have the time of my life purchasing everyone's fear. And I'm going to be down in my investments for probably a few years. That's my expectation, but probably not insanely down, even if at moments I'm down 25, 50%, whatever. Because you're not going to be able to get the bottom, and that would be big in like the stock market and crypto. I don't think so. Because mind you, even though I'm saying I'll be down perhaps 25 to 50%, which is what I experienced with XRP most of the time, right? Like all the time over most of the last few years, I'm still not going to start buying until I see that it looks like we've probably at least gone about 80% down from the high, from what I would expect it to go. And then there was this also. Somebody take Credible Crypto named built a different crypto and said, Credible Crypto, with the amount of adoption taking place, what type of bear market do you envision? Am I wrong to think we won't see the typical 85 to 90% correction with how institutionalized at least the top coins are becoming? Incredible Crypto wrote the following: depends on how irrational the bubble gets, this bull cycle, to be honest. The higher we climb, the harder we fall. Now that's certainly true. As it gets more euphoric and more irrational, prices shoot up higher and higher and higher, requiring a bigger and bigger correction. And so if you don't think that people are going to be irrational and euphoric, I guess we're not going to have the bubble, and we won't have the crash then. Do you think that we're not going to have we're not going to have the euphoric price action, the thousands of percent gains in various cryptocurrencies? We're not going to have that. I think we are going to have that, frankly. And so, no, like for me, the reason that I keep saying yes, we're going to have that 80 to 90+% crash, whatever it ends up being, is because I am counting on that massive bubble. And I don't know how big the bubble is going to get, but it's going to be the biggest in crypto history. And that is what I'm here for. For me, that's when it's like, time to get out the champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a good time. Seriously, it's going to be party time, and I'm going to be selling like crazy. And I won't hit the tippy top. A lot of my selling probably won't even be near it, but that's okay. I'm going to sell where I feel enticed, to where I'm like, yeah, I really got something serious out of this. I'm glad I did this. And then I'll have less, reducing my risk exposure to crypto along the way. And then for me, that's the right option. But of course, I'm not going to hit the top, and I'm not worried about that. So those are some of my general thoughts here. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Everybody should have their own exit strategy in the way that they're going to treat crypto. So like the way that I do it, it's right for me. It doesn't mean it's right for any other human on the planet necessarily. And same for the blockchain backer, and same for Credible Crypto, and same for you listening to this. You just got to decide what's right for you. What is your comfort level? What type of risk tolerances are you willing to endure? There's lots of things you have to consider when looking at this, and that's why there's no one clear answer for everybody. But that's what's right for me, and that's the way I'm rolling in general. But I'll wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Mambo.